Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today for you, I have an in-depth guide on the HMG Emplacement. I really do not understand why this stratagem is so unpopular. I barely see it being used, and when I do, it is not being used effectively. It's really underrated and a hidden gem. Hell, I see more portable HMGs than this around. Positioning is key when using this stratagem, and I will make sure to explain how to place this stratagem accordingly based on the situation you are in. Let's start with some basics. The HMG Emplacement is a stratagem very similar to a sentry. However, unlike sentries, this stratagem requires a Helldiver to mount and fire. This is honestly not a drawback. It is actually an advantage, as you can carefully pick which targets you want to shoot at first. Side note, I can't wait to get the anti-tank emplacement from the first game. Arrowhead, please I beg. Anyway, the HMG Emplacement is the big brother of the MG101 heavy machine gun. And I have to be honest, I would not see a single reason to take the portable version when this exists. With the only difference being that with this one you have to stand still, and the other one you can carry it around. The HMG Emplacement is simply superior in every single aspect. It has a ton of ammo, great recoil, twin barrels shooting at a decently high rate of fire to make you more badass, and mind that its rate of fire will get affected by cold planets. And on top of this, it can shoot without needing to reload until all ammo is spent. And on top of all this, you can use a stim when firing the emplacement, and this doesn't even require you to stop firing. You can heal and shoot at the same time as long as you have stims left. And of course, the shield generator pack will also protect you and the emplacement itself if you have it. Meanwhile, the portable version forces you to wear a supply pack, has only 100 total spare rounds, and its recoil and ergonomics are laughably bad. Just know, learn to use this and you will get 10 times more rewarded and feel good while doing it. The HMG Emplacement is also incredibly durable, though it used to not be like this. Previously, in fact, it would get easily destroyed by a single automaton rocket. Now that has been fixed, thankfully. It pairs well with shield relay, although I do not enjoy bringing it because the relay acts like a sentry and will attract the attention of all enemies on it. The HMG Emplacement, having AP4, is allowed to destroy things like spore spewers and shuriken nests, even from across the map, although you will have to compensate for the reticle wobble and recoil at higher distances. Speaking of distances, you have a zoom in feature, although not increasing the zoom that much, it's better than nothing. The ammo amount you have is so much that you can have enough to fully destroy a triple tower shuriken nest and have some left to kill a bunch of enemies. Moving on, you can kill every enemy pretty quickly, with the hardest targets to kill being the chargers and the impalers. You can kill chargers, though it is better to focus on chargers only if they are chasing someone else, as you will have to shoot either their ass or any part of exposed armor on their legs. If a charger is chilling, it's better to not shoot it, because once you get its attention, the charger will most likely destroy your emplacement, and even if the AI does not perceive an unmanned HMG as a sentry, they will if they see you are using it. Pay attention, because chargers can instantly destroy it with any of their attacks, and if it gets destroyed while you are using it, you will instantly die. This being the only major drawback of this stratagem, but do not worry too much about it. As for impalers, you can definitely kill them, though it does take a few shots and it is hard to find an impaler directly exposing itself. Pay attention, because their tentacles will instantly destroy the HMG Emplacement when erupting from the ground or when slamming the ground. Lastly, just avoid shooting and getting the attention of Bile Titans. You won't be able to kill them unless using the trick I showed you in my Bile Titan video. Don't waste ammo trying to shoot at their bile sacks, just cover your teammates and shoot other threats. Generally, you'd want to position the HMG Emplacement close to any back breach, and if possible on high ground to have more control over the area you're covering. This works well on both factions, though be careful to not have any cannon tower around, and do not place it too close to either a back breach or a bulk drop, because your teammates will drop their stratagems on there, and being too close to a 500 kg or an Eagle cluster, for example, will kill you. You can also call it down to defend specific objectives from incoming patrols or incoming enemies, like for example a pump station or a radar station, while your teammates are doing the objective, or even above a bug nest to cover your teammates while they clear it. Now moving on to automatons. The buildings that this stratagem can destroy are very limited to the AA emplacements, the command bunker small cannons, bigger cannon towers but only when shooting at the vent in the back, and finally the mortar emplacement. Maybe it can even destroy the meat grinders, but those are actually a quite rare secondary objective. Moving on, the HMG emplacement excels in killing enemy automatons. It can kill every single one of them, from the smallest to the biggest, the factory strider, with the hardest being the tanks due to having to shoot them in the back of the turret or the hull. The emplacement simply shreds through enemies due to being so precise. Having a high rate of fire and the AP4, you can kill or remove body parts of any enemy in just a few shots. It can also offer a good amount of protection when the enemies are firing at you. Just please remember that you are not immortal when using this, and it can and will be destroyed if under heavy enemy fire. Still, it is very durable and will take a good amount of direct rockets before being destroyed. Smaller arms fire aren't much of a concern aside for the miniguns of the factory strider. Be careful, it can get instantly destroyed by bigger cannons like the ones on tanks, factory striders, or even the new missiles fired by the new scout striders. Thank you so much for watching, and now go and spread the word. I want to see as many HMG emplacements as possible on the battlefield. Make them taste democracy.